The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus proposed a parable to the crowds. The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a man who sowed good seed in his field. While everyone was asleep, his enemy came and sowed weeds all through the wheat, and then went off. When the crop grew and bore fruit, the weeds appeared as well. The slaves of the householder came to him and said, "Master, did you not sow good seed in your field? Where have the weeds come from?" He answered, "An enemy has done this." The slave said to him, "Do you want us to go and pull them up?" He replied, "No. If you pull up the weeds, you might uproot the wheat along with them. Let them grow together until harvest. Then, at harvest time, I will say to the harvesters, 'First collect the weeds and tie them in bundles for burning, but gather the wheat into my barn.'" The Gospel of the Lord. If you've ever wondered in your prayer or in your life, why do bad things happen? Why are there horrible incidences in the church, bad parishioners, bad family members, bad events in your own life? When you look at the bad and you ask why, this parable is for us. This famous parable of the Lord, speaking of the wheat and the weeds. There's a certain weed in that region of the world called tares, T-A-R-E-S, tares. And when they grow up, tares, the weed, look like wheat. There's no way to distinguish at a certain period of time between the tares, the wheat, or the weeds, and the wheat. So they look completely the same. And so farmers in that region know, I can't uproot the weeds because I can't tell the difference. And so there's a certain period of time when, at the proper time, then they begin to distinguish themselves. So that's the image that Jesus has given us, the tares and the wheat. And so if you ask yourself why are there bad people in the church, bad parishioners? I always hear that, "Oh, Father, I don't want to be a Catholic because I met a bad Catholic." Well, of course, you met a tar, right? You met a weed. Just cut them off, Father, kick them out of the parish. Well, I don't know if they're a weed or a wheat yet. Or in your own life. We all have weeds, horrible events in our lives that we wish we can uproot them and take them out. But that weed actually might be wheat. And the great hope is, and we all know this, there are certain horrible events in our lives that actually became a blessing. Have you ever had those moments in your life? At the moment you thought, this is a weed. But then over time, it shaped you. This horrible event made you become a more virtuous Christian. It's amazing. Or if you've met a horrible person, or what if you met St. Francis before his conversion? Or St. Ignatius before their conversion? And he said, "Oh, I met Ignatius at church. He was a horrible Catholic. Kick him out." Well, what happened after his conversion? He created the largest religious order the church has ever seen. Or St. Francis. The bad and the evil will always coexist in our lives. Always. There will always be bad parishioners in the parish. There will always be bad priests in the parish. Let God unfold His will. Because at the end of the day, we have no idea what God is up to. And He can take these weeds and to bring about abundant fruit. We just can't give up hope. Just wait for the Lord. do our part until the harvest comes.